Time to talk business with our partners 2 Degrees. We've got some news about casino operator SkyCity, but first we can go to Japan, where they have announced a trade deal with the United States. Garth, Bray, BusinessDesk. Good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
Good to have you here.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Let's start with Japan, shall we? And the United States. This is great news if you're an automaker in Japan.
Amazing news if you're an automaker in Japan, because you were about to face a 27.5% tariff on your parts or whatever, and now the deal that's been cut, it means it drops to 15% and there's no limit on volume. It's a bad time to be an automaker in the States, because if you manufacture in Canada or Mexico at the moment, you're going to be paying a higher tariff than the Japanese.
So the question is, what do the Americans get out of this? And the answer is $500 billion, is it, in investments?
In investments on top of the $2 trillion that Japan already has, and they're a huge supplier of foreign direct investment to the United States. They also have promised to buy a lot of rice, which apparently the sales of rice not happening was a big problem for Trump personally. He thought this was sort of very, very rude of them not to be buying our nice rice. And look, the market reaction's been pretty phenomenal. So you've seen the Nikkei leap up about 3.5%. You've seen the NASDAQ rise. You've seen the Dow. You've seen the S&P heading towards a record high again. All of that really, really good news on a day where another automaker is likely to report results. Tesla is announcing its Q2, I think, in about an hour's time, or less than an hour's time, and Elon Musk will be on stage explaining all of that. Probably not going to look great for them. So,
no, interesting, because we had GM yesterday. They took a bit of a hit to the bottom line off tariffs too. Back home, SkyCity, I've been chomping at the bit to get into this convention centre. Couple of issues before the courts, but you've got an update for us this morning.
Yeah, not about the $330 million lawsuit that they've got with Fletcher's about whatever went wrong there, but an exclusive interview with Jason Walbridge, the CEO, with our Dilipa Fonseca, who apparently we're now informed 90 days from getting the keys to the international conventions. Finally. So this is a big deal, I guess, for that company, but also a big deal for Auckland, right? This is a place that will bring up to 4,000 visitors into conventions. I think they've got 2,500 booked for some sort of coral reef symposium in the middle of next year. But this really gives them some certainty that they'll be able to do a soft launch and run and test it up, probably book a big act, obviously not Ozzy Osbourne, for next year for their launch, and really give them some certainty at a time when they actually need it.
Right, Garth, what have you got coming up today? As the European Central Bank decision today?
Yeah, they're expected to hold at about 2%. I think they've done about 200 basis points worth of cuts over the last period, so they're probably going to hold steady. We're expecting as well to hear some stuff from our own Reserve Bank chief economist, probably talking more about tariffs. I think there's been some confirmation, or some suggestions rather, from MFAT that, as far as we know, there's no indication that we're going to wear a higher than 10% tariff in that letter when it comes, but who knows? And I think the Aussie Reserve Bank chief is also speaking.
Nice one. Looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Garth. Garth Bray, BusinessDesk. Thanks to our partners 2 Degrees.